Told you about the woman who got shot during the Lobo Aggie football game this weekend. Well, this morning she's talking about that, and so are a lot of people at both NMSU and UNM. In fact, that's where News 13's David Romero is right now. So, David, that's got to be the last thing this woman is expecting, right?
Well, the last thing anyone would expect, Matt. And of course, Patsy Bejarano was at the big game in Las Cruces this weekend when she felt a sharp pain in her leg during the third quarter.
I couldn't believe it. I said, oh my God, who would be shooting? Maybe a fan was mad because they were losing or something. I don't know.
But what Patsy does know is she looked down and saw a hole in her jeans, then blood. That's when she realized she had been shot. The bullet left a hole in her leg about the size of a nickel. The Mesilla Valley fire marshal was sitting nearby and he helped Bejarano until paramedics got there. Bejarano was also sitting inches from a toddler, and she thinks if the bullet didn't hit her, it would have hit him.
Maybe I was supposed to be the lucky one to save that little boy. That's how I look at it. Instead of me randomly just getting shot, maybe I was the lucky one to get shot on my side to save that little boy.
And police think the bullet came from a handgun fired outside the stadium, and they still don't know who fired that shot. Matt, back to you.
All right, David, that must have been a scary situation. Now, right now, NMSU is going to increase security at home games because of this. UNM has not said if it'll do the same thing. Elizabeth.
This morning, detectives continue to question a woman after a man is found shot to death over the weekend in what's known to be a relatively quiet neighborhood. Albuquerque police say 49-year-old Steve Tollefson was shot dead in a house off of Pitt in the Northeast on Sunday. That's near Eubank and Constitution. Neighbors say they heard several shots, but police aren't saying much about the case right now, except that they have been questioning a woman who was in the house who police say knew the victim. We have learned new information about a New Mexico State Police officer accused of snapping pictures of a shooting victim and then sharing those pictures. A new police report shows that Officer Mario Vasquez admitted going into the dead victim's home, taking a picture of him, then sending it to a friend via text. The victim was Samuel Pauly. He was shot and killed by state police later this year in his Glorieta home. The department is still investigating what happened. We're told Vasquez probably will not get fired.
The man who's accused of hitting and killing Sandoval County Fire Chief John Tibbetts on I-25 in late July had marijuana and spice in his SUV. That is what state police are saying this morning. We got a hold of the crash report that was just released. It says Armando Seance veered out of his lane, hit a concrete barrier, then slammed into Mr. Tibbetts. His SUV rolled and landed on the roof. Police say they found spice in Seance's SUV, and they say Seance admitted to throwing more spice out the window after the crash. They're still waiting for the results of his blood test to see if Seance was high when that crash happened. And Albuquerque police say the man that caused this crash that left a woman critically hurt last weekend had been smoking pot. Investigators say Aaron Rosas ran a red light here at 2nd and Marquette in downtown on Sunday afternoon. Clara Holguin was riding a Vespa scooter and crashed into Rosas' car. She was wearing a helmet, but still badly hurt her head.
The state fair may be over, but it left a bad taste in one salsa maker's mouth. Matt Erdman entered the salsa competition at the state fair, but is crying foul. She says the judges didn't even taste the blonde salsa. Now, he has been working to perfect that salsa for years, so it's a big deal for him. Erdman says he had to go out of town when the judging was taking place, but says he left his salsa in a jar, just like the rest of the other salsa entries. This salsa maker claims his jar was the only jar that was not open and that was not sampled. There was no money at stake here, but Erdman says it's all about principle.
Just a little pride, you know, hey, we won the blue ribbon at the state fair. That's all it was.
Now, News 13 tried to get in touch with Expo New Mexico to find out what happened, but the office had already closed for the day. The rules online clearly state that everything would be tasted. Albuquerque Vice cops were very busy during this year's 12-day run of the state fair. They arrested 131 people in areas around the fairgrounds, 53 for prostitution, 32 for soliciting a prostitute, and 45 for drugs. They also caught one drunk driver.
Later this morning, Bernalillo County commissioners are set to meet behind closed doors. They're supposed to talk about the county's negotiations with court security workers. Eventually, that issue could end up in court. And your water quality will be the topic of meetings with New Mexico's Environment Department today and tomorrow, both here in Albuquerque and in Silver City. Remember, back in 2009, the state legislature changed the rules so that copper mines have to specifically say how they'll keep an eye on the water and keep it safe. These meetings will talk about that. The first is tonight from 6 to 7:30, the Cesar Chavez Community Center. That's in Albuquerque. The one tomorrow is from 7 to 9 at the Bessie Forward Global Resource Center. That is in Silver City. Kristen?